A Spokane family had their prayers answered and made history in the process. Fred Watley is right now in a Seattle hospital bed, next in line for a liver transplant. One just days ago, his insurance company said it would not cover.
In January, his employer changed insurance companies, but the change included a 6-month waiting period for organ transplant coverage. And yesterday, Group Health changed its policy, which may end up saving Fred's life.
He is a good man. That's why I married him.
Leanne and Fred Watley have been married 11 years and have a 10-year-old son. It's been a new beginning for Leanne and a fresh start for Fred. After battling drugs and alcohol, he's been clean and sober for 14 years. For the past decade, he's worked as a counselor for young people with similar challenges at the Healing Lodge of the Seven Nations.
He wanted to do something positive for others, so he took this job. He loves kids. That was his joy, was going to work with the kids.
But several weeks ago, his doctor told Fred he had to stop working. He was just too sick. He'd need a liver transplant to save his life. A change in their insurance coverage required a 6-month waiting period for transplants. This week, Fred's health got worse, and he needed that transplant immediately. Leanne received the good news early Thursday morning.
All I did was kneel down on the floor. And start crying. It's like, oh my God, yes, hallelujah, he made it. They approved it. I was so thrilled with this. I didn't think it was going to happen.
An 11th hour change in their health plan coverage filled a loophole for the Watleys. Group Health President and CEO Scott Armstrong released a statement yesterday regarding Fred's case, saying this is a person who had ongoing coverage and expected care, and through no fault of his own or his employer, he was snagged by this transplant wait period. We decided to change this policy. Watley's attorney, Brian Sheldon, says it's been a touchy and difficult situation.
There's somewhat of a gray area in the law about what constitutes a waiting period versus what constitutes a waiting period for a pre-existing condition, and that's what the issue was here.
Sheldon commends Group Health. A lengthy legal battle could have cost Fred his life.
Corporations step up and do good things sometimes, and they did it here.
What's most important to Leanne, she'll have her husband back, the man she committed her life to only 11 years ago.
Miracles do happen. Miracles do happen.
And Leanne called me about an hour ago from Seattle and says Fred is awake and talking at the University of Washington Medical Center. They're hoping to receive that transplant as early as this weekend. This is also the first time a health insurance company in Washington has officially filled the controversial loophole that required a waiting period for organ transplant coverage.